Good afternoon, I'm Jeff. I'm a Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 5993 Northwest Brazeli Terrace here in Portland. We're located at the rear of the home. We're kind of at the, if you're looking at the front of the house from the street, we're at the rear left corner of the house here. 4-inch ABS cleanout here is going to be our sewer cleanout. This one is going to be most likely for the storm drain system. We're going to insert the camera, check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Currently have water running. Here we go. Now right off the bat here, I can tell we do have some standing water. We'll have to take a look at this on the way out once it's drained. Take a really good look at it. More than likely, that's going to probably drain out to a very minimal amount. The issue is it's a brand new, never lived in home. Sometimes when you get even minor settling right off the bat, can be a sign that it's going to continue to settle worse over time. So anyway, we'll see what that looks like on the way out. Luckily, it's back here in the backyard where we just have dirt. We don't have concrete to deal with or anything like that. Transitions here over to 3034 PVC pipe. Still appears to be 4-inch in diameter. That little item there on the side of the screen, or kind of at the bottom right now, that's just excess pipe glue sticking through there. That's what it appears to be anyway. At this point, anything in a brand new line like this is so new that you can't ever generally assume it's going to be roots. That does appear to be excess pipe glue, which is very, very common in brand new lines. Alright, looks like we had some standing water there right after the transition. And here at 70 feet, we have reached the main lateral. I'm going to do locates to verify where this is at, and then we'll let the line drain out completely before we reel it back in. Alright, I'm picking up the camera signal here. It looks like the line has gone through the rear fence line just beyond where I can get on top of the camera head and locate its exact position here. But it does appear to be going to some kind of easement, main lateral, just beyond the rear fence line. Alright, just located the camera head here at about 54 feet. We do have, or about, what we'll call it 53 feet anyway. We do have an inch of standing water here. It's not for a terribly long section of pipe, but again, can be a sign that it's going to settle worse. At this point here, the belly in total extends out to about 56 feet. And once you get to this point here, it appears that we are beyond the rear fence. This is kind of straddling either side of the fence. And starts here at 54 feet. Right here from about 53, 54 feet, it's about a 3.5, 4 foot section of the line. Has settled. We've got about an inch of standing water right off the bat, and then it tapers off here. Once you get about 4 feet into it, it goes away. At this point here, it's a brand new, never lived in home. There's been very little activity on the line at this point, so it's a harder one to get a gauge for how much debris it's going to collect. So anyway, it's one of those at this point I do recommend it be corrected. However, the line is still functioning through this spot, just not ideally as it should if it were to drain out all the way. And the issue can be that debris will hit this water, especially on a turn, and start to collect there. And again, that's located, I put a white X right here, right just 2-3 feet from the fence line. Beyond that, I won't be able to locate accurately just because we're right up against the fence. You have a small indent in the bottom of the pipe there. It's not perforated or anything like that. It's nothing to be worried about there. Now this is a spot here, we do have a very, very minor amount of standing water, and that only rushed up there because I shoved the camera forward. This is only about, at this point right here, 1/4 of an inch of water. Typically it takes around 5 feet of pipe sitting around 3/4 to 1 inch of water before you're going to get much debris buildup. However, with it being brand new, we don't know if this is going to settle any worse. So I do recommend, if nothing's corrected at this point, just to rescope before the warranty runs out, make sure that hasn't settled any worse. At this point though, with only barely 1/4 inch of water there at the worst point, that's not going to cause any major debris buildup by any means at all, unless you're flushing cloth rags down the line and putting grease down the sink. I put a X mark here in the backyard for reference. We're at 2 feet deep there, almost on the dot, about 2 feet 1 inches deep. And it looks like it starts here right around 3 feet out. Alrighty, I've got the 2 bellies here mapped out. The first one extends from 3 feet to 11 feet, which again at this time is very minimal. At its worst point, it's sitting at about 1/4 of an inch of water. But being a brand new house, sometimes these things can continue to settle. It can be a sign that they are in a state of settling. Sometimes this is as worse as they get. What's hard with construction sites, you have trucks and stuff driving all over the place, excavators and stuff, and they can sometimes drive over the line here and cause them to settle. So anyway, at this time here, we're not seeing a significant amount of standing water. I'm just concerned that this line may continue to settle over time. So ideally, I would recommend them get repaired, so we don't have to worry about this down the road once the yard has been, grass is in and everything else back here. And then we have the other belly here that's out at the end. I'm just going to push back out here and show it one more time. And again, this is right about the last 3 feet or so of the fence, right before the fence line, may partially go underneath it. And right here we've got it's about 3/4 to 1 inch of water right off the start, and then tapers off. It's about a 4-foot belly. Neither one of these bellies at this point are terribly significant, but it is a brand spanking new home. I'd like to see this line draining out properly here. And what I really hope we don't see if the line's not repaired, seeing worse settling, in a year or so once the property's had some time to sit. Anyway, at this time we do have adequate flow to the terminus. All the pipe we've seen is in good, there's no breaches in the line or anything like that, cracks or breaks. The pipe itself is in good shape. We just have some settling that's occurred. So I I do recommend both of those be repaired. If a repair is not done, I recommend rescoping before the year warranty is up to make sure that nothing worse has occurred there, settling's gotten worse, something like that. Now we're now going to reverse direction and scope back into the crawl space just to make sure that we don't have any, mostly that we don't have construction debris in the line. It's a very common thing on brand new houses. And that there's the end of the line. We're starting to go up the vent of the stack anyway. We're going to go ahead and reel out here. All the pipe in the crawl space is in good shape and draining properly.